and back with series of book reading Atomic Habit. Now today's topic is episode number 9 and today's topic is the science of how habit works. So the process of building a habit can be divided into four simple steps: cue, craving and response and reward. So breaking it down into these fundamental parts can help us understand what a habit is, how it works and how to improve it. So cue, craving, response and rewards. These four steps pattern is the backbone of every habit and your brain runs through these steps in the same order each time. First there is the cue. The cue triggers your brain to initiate a, a behavior. It is a bit of information that predicts a reward. Our so predicts a reward. Prehistoric ancestors were paying attention to cue that signal the location of primary rewards like food, water, and sex. Today, we spend most of our time learning cue that predicts secondary rewards like money and fame, power and status, prizes and approval, love and friendship, or sense of professional satisfactions. Of course, these pursuits also indirectly improve our odds of survival and reproduction, which is the deeper motive behind everything we do. Your mind is continuously analyzing your internal and external environment for hints of where rewards are located because the cue is the first indication that we're close to a reward. It naturally lead to a craving. Craving are the second step, that they are the motivational force behind every bit habit. Without some level of motivation or desire, without craving a change, we have no reason to act. What you crave is not the habit itself, but the change in the state it delivers. You do not crave smoking a cigarette, you crave the feeling of relief it provides. You are not motivated by brushing your teeth, but rather by the feeling of a clean mouth. You do not want to turn on the television, you want to be entertained. Every craving is linked to a desire to change your internal state. This is an important point that we will discuss in details later. Craving differ from person to person in the history. Any piece of information could trigger a craving, but in practice people are not motivated by the same cues. For a gambler, the sound of slot machines can be a point trigger that spark an intense wave of desire. For someone who rarely gambles, the jingle and chimes of the casino are just background noise. Cues are meaningless until they are interrupted. The thoughts, feeling, and emotion of the observer or what transform a cue into a craving. The third step is the response. The response is the actual habit you perform, which can take the form of a thought or an action. Whether a response occurs depend on how motivated you are and how much friction is associated with the behavior. If a particular action requires more physical or mental effort that you are willing to expend, and then you want to do it. Your response also depends on your habits ability. It sounds simple, but a bit habit can occur only if you are capable of doing it. If you if you want to drink a if you want to duck a basketball but can't jump high enough to reach the hoop, well, you're out of luck. Finally, the response delivers a reward. Reward are the end goal of every habit. The chew is about noticing the reward. The craving is about wanting the reward. The response is about obtaining the reward. We chase rewards because they serve two purposes. Number one is they satisfy us, and number two is they teach us. The first purpose of rewards is to satisfy your craving. Yes, rewards provide benefits on their own. Food and water deliver the energy you need to serve. Getting a promotion bring you more money and respect. Gathering a shape improve your wealth, health, and your dating prospect. But the more immediate benefits is that reward satisfy your craving to eat or to gain status or to win approval, at least for a moment. Reward delivers contentment and relief from craving. Second, reward teaches which action are worth remembering in the future. Your brain is a reward detector. As you go about your life, your sensory nervous system is continuously monitoring which action satisfy your desire and deliver pleasure. Feeling and pressure and disappointment are part of the feedback mechanism that helps your brain distinguish useful action from useless ones. Rewards close the feedback loop and complete the habit cycle. If a behavior is insufficient in any of the four stages, it will not be the craving and you won't experience enough motivation to act. Make the behavior difficult and you won't be able to do it. And if the reward fails to satisfy your desire, then you will have no reason to do it again in the future. Without the first three steps, a behavior will not occur. Without all four, a behavior will not be repeated. So, in summary, the chew triggers a craving which motivates a response which provide a reward which satisfy the craving and ultimately become associated with the chew together. These four steps form a neurological feedback loop: chew, craving, response, and reward. So chew that ultimately allow you to create atomic habits. The cycle is known as the habit loop. The four step process is not something that happens occasionally, but rather it is an endless feedback loop that is running and active during every moment you are alive. Even now, the brain is continuously scanning the environment, predicting what will happen next, trying out different responses and learning from the result. The entire process is completed is in a split second, and we use it again and again without realizing everything that has been packed into the previous moment. We can split these four steps into two phases: the problem phase and the solution phase. The problem phase including the chew and the craving and it when you realize that something needs to change. The solution phase including the response and reward, and it is when you take action and achieve the change you desire. So all behavior is driven by the desire to solve a problem. Sometimes the problem is that you notice something good and you want to obtain it. Sometimes the problem is that you are experiencing pain and you want to relieve. So it Rather, rather way the purpose of every habit to is to solve the problems you face. It in the table on the following page, you can see a few example like problem phase and solution phase. So what this look like a real life image. Imagine walking into a dark room and flipping on the light switch. You have performed this simple habit so many times that it occurs without thinking. You proceed through all four stages in the fraction of a second. Like the urge to act strikes you without thinking. By the time we become adult, we rarely notice the habits that are running our lives. Most of us never give a second thought to the fact that we tie the same shoe first each morning or unplug the roaster after each use or always change into the comfortable clothes after getting home from work. After decades of mental programming, we automatically slip into this pattern of thinking and acting. So, the four laws of behavior change. In the following chapters, we will see time and again how the four stage of chew, craving, response, and reward influence nearly everything we do each day. But before we do that, we need to transform these four steps into a practical framework that we can use to design good habits and eliminate bad ones. I refer to this framework as the four laws of behavior change, and it provides a simple set of rules for creating a good habit and breaking bad. So once you can think of each law as a lever that influence human behavior. When the lever are the right position, creating good habits is effortless. When they are the wrong position, it is nearly possible. We can invert these laws to learn how to break a bad habit. Like it would be irresponsible for me to claim that these four laws are the executive framework for changing any human behavior, it I think they are close, as you will soon see. The four laws of behavior changing apply apply to nearly every field, from sports to politics, art to medicine, comedy to management. These laws can be used no matter what challenge you are facing. This is no need for completely different strategy for each habit. Whenever you want to change your behavior, you can simply ask yourself, like, how can I make it be obvious? How can number 2, how can I make it attractive? Number 3, how can I make it easy? Number 4, how can I make it satisfying? So if you have ever wondered, why don't I do what I say I'm going to do? Why don't I lose the weight or stop smoking or saving for retirement or start that side business? Why do I say something is important but never seem to make time for it? The answer to those questions can be found somewhere in these four laws. The key to creating good habits and breaking bad ones is to understand these fundamental laws and how to alter them to your specification. Every goal is doomed to fail if it goes against the gain of human nature. Your habits are shaped by the system in your life. In the chapters that follow, we will discuss these laws one by one and show how you can use them to create system in which good habit emerge naturally and bad habits wither away, wither away. So, chapter summary: a habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough time to become automatic. The ultimate purpose of habits is to solve the problems of life with a little energy and effort as possible. Any any habit can be broken down into a feedback loop that involves four steps: to craving, response, and reward. So the four law of behavior change are a simple set of rules we can use to build better habit. They are: number one, make it obvious; number two, make it attractive; number three, make it easy; and number four, make it satisfying. So that is the today's chapter, today's topic. So listen carefully and understand and apply in your life. So that's it, and we will meet in again another chapter, another episode. So thank you for watching this video. So like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. So bye bye. Thank you.